Today's video is going to be about minimalism, and if you've checked out my channel, you can see that it's definitely something that I'm passionate about. I enjoy organizing, I enjoy throwing things out, I enjoy sort of having just like a really productive day. So make sure you check out my other minimalist videos also, but this video I want to give you some tips if you're new to minimalism or thinking sort of about starting that minimalist lifestyle. So the first thing to remember or to think about in regards to minimalism is that minimalism does not mean having nothing. It does not mean going through your house, ransacking every room and chucking out your stuff, essentially to live a pauper lifestyle. That's not what it's about. It's about having exactly what you need to live a healthy, happy and fulfilling life, and having only what you need. I feel like society these days is telling us that we need so much, and so we believe it. We buy into the hype, into the craze, and we literally buy. We buy things that we don't need. We buy things spur of the moment, and before you realize it, you've got a house full of stuff that sits there, maybe doesn't get used, maybe you forgot you even owned. And minimalism is not necessarily going through and getting rid of all that stuff, but it's figuring out what surrounding you brings you joy, brings you happiness, things that you actually want and actually need in your life. For instance, I love reading. And I could go through and get rid of all my books because I've read them all. But really, books bring me joy. So I'm not going to go and chuck out all of my books because they're something that, for me, I do need in life. They bring me joy and I like having them around. I think the first thing that you need to do is, number one, you need to change your mind about what exactly minimalism is. And try not to associate it with not having less, being in a state of without, and change it to having exactly what you need. So that's number one. Number two is determining what is it that you need? What is it that brings you joy? Figuring out those things so that you can focus on keeping the good stuff and getting rid of all the extra fluff that doesn't fall into that realm. The next important thing that you need to think about in regards to minimalism is changing your beliefs and values around stuff. And that links back to my previous comment about how society sort of gives us this impression that we need it. Once you take away sort of that emotional attachment that you have to inanimate objects, it makes it so much easier to look at things objectively and to see it as a book or as a CD or as a teddy bear, just as an object, instead of all that emotional attachment and memories that we ascribe to stuff, because it doesn't reciprocate those emotions or it doesn't reciprocate those memories. So there's really no point in us attaching memories or emotions to things. My third tip in regard to minimalism is to take it slow. You don't need to spend an entire weekend going through and culling your house. And for a lot of people, that can be a really daunting experience. So don't go there. Take it slow. Do it room at a time or drawer at a time. Start with getting rid of the things that you really don't need or really don't care about, and then get to some of the harder objects as time goes by. My last and final tip for the minimalism beginners is to start with the stuff. And once you have sort of conquered the stuff, whittled down to the things that bring you joy, the things that you need, then start moving into some of the trickier things. Some of the things like your time. For instance, we fill up so much of our time with appointments and jobs and just stuff that probably doesn't bring us joy. And start having a minimalist philosophy with regards to your time, and start spending your time doing things that bring you joy. Go through your emails, go through your computer, go through your phone. Minimalism doesn't just mean getting rid of the things that are obvious and tangible in your environment. It can also mean cutting down on the things that are intangible in your environment, such as your appointments, your emails, your phone calls, your overall busyness or your overall stress. The stuff is the starting point. But I think for myself, the true benefit of living a minimalist lifestyle has been, for me, cutting down on just all that unnecessary, intangible stuff that has just permeated my life and created so much stress. And that's why minimalism has worked for me. It's not going to work for everyone, but certainly give it a try and find out how it could be incorporated into your life. I hope this video has been helpful in at least giving you a little bit of direction in terms of what minimalism is, or at least what it is to me, and where you can start on your minimalist journey. But be aware that there are a ton of resources out there, and get involved in being curious and asking questions and investigating for yourself. I found that Rachel Ost and Pick Up Limes on YouTube were both very helpful in creating videos to give me ideas and inspiration in regards to minimalism. Also, the documentary on Netflix, The Minimalist, and their website and books were also sort of really the starting point for me getting into it. Like I said, it started off with tangible things, me changing my relationship and my ideas about stuff, culling down so that I only have the things that I need and the things that bring me joy in life. And then it changed into me exploring ideas about the just different aspects of my life, and creating a life that is less busy with unnecessary things, so that I can spend my time, my energy, and my money on the things that really bring me happiness and really add meaning and value to my life. If you enjoyed this little intro to minimalism video, make sure you give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more minimalism content, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.